Well, it's been snowing. It's -3 outside. There's been big northerly seas, 8 to 9 foot swells. It just definitely hasn't been sibbing weather. So I've used the time to do a few modifications and changes to the SIB. Things I've thought about last season, which might make things easier when I can get out again. So one of the things I've done is I've fitted a hydrofoil. I had last year, obviously it was my first year with the SIB, and I noticed there was a lot of splashback over the transom. So I tried raising the engine about 1 inch using a block of wood on the transom. It helped slightly, but it caused a lot of ventilation. So to help with that, obviously I've added the hydrofoil, but also it's a quick draining transom and a lot of water comes back up there. So I've put a clear piece of perspex in, but still leaves the bottom free. So I've been using this last few trips out, and it really does help with all the splash coming through that quick drain transom. Keeps the back end a lot drier and still drains well. You can probably just see how the perspex ends there with still plenty of room to drain. So if you've seen any of my earlier videos, the one that SIB fishing setup, where I show you this box seat storage box that my father-in-law made for me. It fits between the tubes very snugly. I've got rubber right the way around, old car mats stuck down with some spray-on adhesive which stop any chafing and keep the box in place. I added a small shelf to use the tablet on with Navionics app. There's a bit of velcro on the top which stopped it sliding backwards and forwards, and a rubber slip in there to lock it in place on the bottom. It goes in like that, locks in place. And obviously my old fish finder, my old faithful. So the battery I use for powering the fish finder is a 12 volt 3.2 amp hour. I've got it housed in a quick lock storage tub with a grommet and waterproof connector. So once the lid's on, I can house it inside of the storage box on Velcro. Keeping it vertical like that frees up more space inside. Once I've got the battery in, I can connect the waterproof connector. I'll try and do it with one hand. Like that. That's also connected to a USB point around the fish finder. There you go. Also, as a bonus, if I'm running short on charge on the tablet, or even charging GoPro batteries up, I can connect up to USB and it's charging up there. So there it is. I decided to mount the tablet down there as opposed to on top of the seat itself, because I do row. When I launch, invariably I'll row out and then start the engine up and let it idle and warm up. So I sit on the seat to row. I didn't want it up there. That's a removable transducer mount, which I hadn't showed you in the last video. So the whole unit itself can be lifted out and lifted onto the boat, fully packed. Clips into place on the SIB itself with these cam buckle mounts, and the tray at the back is what I can lift out and place on the lid. I can use that for gutting fish, filleting fish even, and baiting up. Keeps all the mess off the deck of the boat. And and also the knife and the other sharp objects off the deck. And I'm not using it. Slots into the back. That's the kind of view I have from the seat at the back of the boat. So another thing I've done is add the same type of connector to the battery charger. Before I was having to take the battery out, take the lid off and disconnect it. But now I can just clip it in, and this is usually in the garage, and stick it on to charge without lifting the battery out. Well, I'm looking forward to getting out in the water when the weather plays ball so I can test these different things out. I'm particularly interested to find out how the hydrofoil works and, of course, the removable transom mount for the transducer. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or any suggestions, just leave them below and I'll always reply.